Hey guys, I'm back. I didn't post many videos last week. I think I only had one. But yesterday there was some big news in the NBA. I wanted to talk about that just a little bit today, and also maybe what's going to come up in the NBA the next 10 days. Should be crazy. But what was crazy that happened yesterday that went down was Blake Griffin got traded from the Clippers to the Pistons. The details of that deal right now, what we know is he was traded for Tobias Harris, Avery Bradley, Boban Marjanovic, and then also a first and second round draft pick. So essentially 5 players for then Blake Griffin, Bryce Johnson, and Willie Reed. Willie Reed has got some playing time this year in LA. He's an okay backup. So the Pistons get Blake Griffin, and a lot of people were thinking that the Clippers might move on from Blake Griffin or DeAndre Jordan, and we see that they did. They moved on from Blake, which is funny because they just signed him to a humongous deal in the offseason. And now they decided, I think we got to go into full rebuild mode. That's what makes me think that the Clippers might be moving on from DeAndre Jordan as well within the next 10 days. They might go into full rebuild mode. But I like the guys, the pieces that they got. They just got Tobias Harris, who's a good scorer. This season, he has really, really upped his game. I like the way he's been playing, actually. Tobias Harris this season is averaging 18 points a game, 5 rebounds. So he's really had kind of a good season, and he's been the most consistent scorer on that team. They also gave up Avery Bradley, who a lot of people thought was going to get traded. He's a decent wing guy. He played for Boston last year. He got to the conference finals. And then a good big man in Boban Marjanovic to come off the bench, plus draft picks. I think the Clippers, honestly, in my opinion, got a little bit better of the deal because they've got these guys, these pieces, and also a couple of draft picks. But the Pistons are looking to make a move in the East because they've lost 8 straight as of right now. They're sitting at 22 and 26 in the East, which is 3 games outside the playoffs. Pistons are not happy with that. The only problem with the Pistons is I think they just gave up a lot of depth with that trade, in my opinion, because Tobias Harris moves on, but they have Blake Griffin, so their starting lineup right now is probably going to end up being Ish Smith until Reggie Jackson comes back, and then it's going to be, I don't know, Langston Galloway or Luke Kennard with Reggie Bullock, Blake Griffin, and Andre Drummond. So they gave up some depth and didn't get a ton back in return. While the Clippers, I think, get a little bit younger and maybe a little bit better. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I would look over the next 10 days to see DeAndre Jordan get traded, guys. So don't be surprised if that goes down and if that happens. Recently, there's been trade talk. The Cavs might make a move. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they'll be the ones to pick up DeAndre Jordan. Maybe they'll trade Isaiah Thomas. I think they should trade Isaiah Thomas. I don't think they will, but I think they should. I don't think they'll really make any moves because I don't think they need to. They've got enough talent. They just got to figure out how to make it all mesh and work together. But really, the Lakers have also been looking to move a couple guys, Julius Randle or Jordan Clarkson, or both. In the end, they may keep them because they've both been playing so good basketball. But the Grizzlies might look to trade Tyreke Evans. Andre Robertson just went down for the Thunder with his knee injury, so the Thunder may look to make a move to get another wing player. I'm not sure. Their offense is better without Robertson, but they really struggle on defense without him. Robertson's one of the most underrated, important players in the league. But I think the biggest thing that I got to talk about right now is the Clippers and what they're going to do moving forward. If I were them, I would trade DeAndre Jordan because Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, I think, go pretty well together. And now with the guys that they got, I'm not sure if DeAndre Jordan's going to be happy to stay there anyway. He's probably going to leave after this season and try and go somewhere else. So if I were them, I'd trade him and try and get value for him because I don't think he's going to stick around in LA. I don't know if the Rockets will end up getting him next year, but the Cavs might try and make a move for him. But I think what the Clippers need to do is clean house. They've got rid of Blake Griffin. I think they need to get rid of DeAndre Jordan, trade Lou Williams maybe to the Cavs or someone who needs him for some other young key pieces or maybe some draft picks. And then I think you got to can Doc Rivers. The last thing I'm going to say is about Doc Rivers. The guy has a decent record overall. His overall win percentage throughout his career as a coach is .579, which actually isn't that bad. His playoff win-loss actually is 50%, which is not terrible considering it's the playoffs. However, what I want to look at, I'm looking at right now his history as a coach. He's lost in the first round, I think, 7 times, and he missed the playoff a couple times in Boston with a not very good team. He does have an NBA championship, but that was with a stacked Boston team. Since then, he lost in the NBA Finals once, made the conference finals and lost in that once. That was to the Heat. So really, he's only been to the conference finals 3 times, but yet he's had all of these great teams with the Clippers, these super talented teams. And in LA, he's lost in the conference semis twice, lost in the first round twice, and this year may not even make the playoffs. If I were the Clippers, I would can him. I just don't think he's the best coach for them. And actually, the last 4 seasons, his win percentage has gradually been going down, going from 57 to 56 to 53 to 51 wins. And this year, he's not going to get really anything close to 50. So I think they've got to move on completely. They got to look for a new coach, look for some new guys, some young guys, and start the rebuild process. They may drop to the bottom of the league, but in order to build back up once again, I think they're going to have to do it.